Hello everyone, welcome back. We are once again going to be checking out just one guitar today, and this one is pretty special. This is a Greco MSB-1000 Mirage. But what's crazy about this one is that it's not only a baritone, but a 30-inch scale-length baritone. So this is literally in bass 6 territory. This is a very big guitar. Let's dig in. So about a month ago, as of filming this, a friend of mine that lives over in Japan texted me, hey, I found a guitar that I think you're really gonna be into. It's a baritone and it is a Greco Mirage, and he sent me a picture of this. I was immediately like, what is that? Where did you find this? I have never seen one of those in my entire life. We gotta have it. We worked it out. It's made its way to the States. This guitar was made in 2002 in the Fujigen factory as part of their Mirage series, and of course carries a 30-inch scale length. This one is a bolt-on, as you can see. Kind of the crazy thing with this is that I cannot find record of any other of these out there in the world. This might be like one of the only ones. This was not documented in the catalog. Not seen any other ones pop up for sale. Pretty crazy find here. So for those unfamiliar with the Greco Mirage, it stems all the way back to like the 70s and 80s when the Kanda Shokai company and Ibanez and Greco were all kind of collaborating to make a few different model guitars, such as the Iceman and Mirage or the Destroyer and EX800, where there was a Greco branded guitar made for the Japanese domestic market, and then the same guitar made branded with Ibanez for the export market. Back then you had the Ibanez Iceman made for the export market, but the Greco Mirage would be made for the Japanese market. These are the same guitars, just with Greco versus Ibanez branding. Now, obviously that gets quite fuzzy as the years go on, and Greco and Ibanez definitely start to do their own thing. But you'd still see stuff like this come up where this is obviously an Iceman, but still carrying the Greco Mirage branding, as this was made just for the Japanese market. Now, between the Mirage and the Iceman, to my knowledge, there's really never been a production level baritone offered. The only other like little tiny thing I could find about these was an old interview with Darren Malakian from System of a Down showing a baritone Iceman that he had that was allegedly going to go into production, but this clearly never happened. The video is pretty grainy, but from what I can tell here, this guitar does not look to be a 30-inch scale length like the one we have here, so it's likely something else, but it was a similar time frame, so who knows if that project was connected to what brought this to light. So specs wise, you get 2 humbucker pickups. You have 2 volume knobs. There's no tone knob here. You have a 3-way selector, and then this bottom switch controls the bridge pickup. They can do down, it'll be like a coil split, so you get more of a single coil sound, and then up is just your standard humbucker sound. Now, we did a number of demos here, and what I found interesting is that in every single application, I actually liked the single coil sound better out of the bridge pickup, even when playing like heavier sounds. With this scale length, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can do anything from like super heavy double drop D type guitar tones to more traditional like bass 6 sounds. You can even get some nice like regular bass tones or even some cool like heavy bass tones. So let's run through a few different sounds here. First thing I want to try here, we got to go straight for this, is go for the double drop D, really heavy guitar sound, super drop tune. So we're gonna plug into 6505 with a tube screamer in front of that, and let's see what that sounds like. So the sound you just heard was the bridge pickup on actually the single coil mode, as I don't know, it sounded really cool. I liked that better than in the humbucker mode. I think the reason for that is because if you look at the positioning of this pickup, it's pretty far from the bridge. I think if you saw a guitar made like this today, by modern standards, you definitely put this humbucker closer to the bridge, probably get a lot tighter sound out of it, but that's what they decided to do here. It's funny, this is literally positioned right where these pickups would be on a regular Mirage, but the bridge is just way further back, so I found that kind of interesting. Toggled this way in the more single coil sound position, I don't know, sounds pretty sick. Another thing that's really cool you can get with this is the bass through a guitar amp type sound. It doesn't sound amazing on its own, but in a mix, this style tone can actually really help glue everything together. I've seen a number of people do this where you take a bass, whether jazz bass, P bass, or you could even do a bass 6 or short scale bass and plug that through something, once again, like a 6505, and you use kind of more of a guitar sound with it, but you just play the bass part. You do not get as much low end, obviously. It's a very like mid-heavy sound, but with massive walls of guitars, sometimes this is really nice for cutting through. So imagine this sound, but with more like standard tuned guitars over it. It can be pretty cool. I think my favorite use of this is to use it kind of more like a regular bass 6, put this in standard E to E tuning, an entire octave down from a regular guitar, put some reverb on, maybe some chorus, and plug it through a more traditional style amp, and you can get some really cool ambient sounds or just like kind of chordy stuff. That's my favorite use of anything with a 30-inch scale length that's gonna have 6 strings like this that's in bass 6 territory. For this sound, I liked it being single coil mode for the bridge, and then obviously the neck humbucker, that's all you get. So throw it in the middle position and throw some effects on, and this is what it sounds like. All right, so the last sound I want to try here is getting kind of like a short scale type bass sound, kind of something like you'd get out of a Mustang bass or Music Master bass. I'm just playing like a very regular bass part clean. So running through the 64 Fender Bassman, no effects or anything in front of it, just running it how it sounds. Once again, really like the middle position here with the bridge pickup in the coil split mode. It's so cool how many different sounds you can get out of this thing. The possibilities are really endless, and that's all with bass 6 strings on this. If you put a little bit lighter strings on this, you could totally tune this up to like B standard or C standard. Really, the possibilities are endless there, and get more traditional like baritone guitar tunings. It is funny to say tune up to B standard, as that's obviously pretty low drop tuning for a regular guitar, but when you're in bass 6 territory, you're tuning up for it. This has got to be one of the rarest guitars that we've ever had come through, so I just felt like it was really worth documenting here. So much you can do with this. Sounds really cool. Yeah, I'm just really glad we were able to get this in. I hope whoever ends up with this one next makes some awesome music with it. If you want to check out more info on this or any of our other inventory, we would love if you checked out our site at fastfootgear.com, or you can scan the QR code here. Have you ever seen one of these or anything like it? Please let us know down below in the comments. I'd love to learn more about this model. I'd love to know if there's more of these floating around. Maybe this is the only one. I'm sure that can't be the case, as this seems to be a production guitar, but there's just really no record of any other of these floating around, so I don't know, interesting. Let us know down below in the comments if you are into baritone guitars or bass 6s and what you guys play. That's kind of become one of my favorite like subsets of guitars, is anything with a longer scale length that you can drop tune, as there's just so much you can do there. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang out today. This was really fun. This was a shorter video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share the video, all that good stuff. It really does help out, and we will see you in another video soon. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, you may enjoy this one as well. Is there anything else I should hit in there? I feel like that's pretty quick.